Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Weekend AMA. For those of you who are new to the channel, what this means is that I'm a little fucked up. I apologize. I went to the bar tonight with some coworkers. So what this means, for those of you who are new to the channel, get in the rhythm, Dylan. All right. What that means for those of you who are new to the channel is every weekend we do a weekend AMA because I want to help you, man. I really do. I want to make sure that you guys are on the right path. I never had a mentor. I want to be your mentor, man, because it can make the world of difference. So that's what this weekend's about. And as we start every video, what you have to understand is that as we start every video, what you have to understand is that I start with a topic. It's not a good intro to the video, ladies and gentlemen. We're working on it right now. All right, so I like to start with a topic as people start to funnel in here. And today's topic is something I've learned about as a developer, which is called confidence. So confidence is something that's cost me tens of thousands of dollars. I don't want it to cost you tens of thousands of dollars. This should be a lesson that I've learned, and you perhaps have not. And I want you to learn that issue. I want you to learn that confidence. So when you're interviewing for a job, even if you feel underqualified, confidence is often better than no confidence at all. And because who wants to hire somebody who is unconfident in their ability? Who wants to hire somebody who's like, hey, we're interested in the job. Do you think you can do it? I don't know, man, but maybe I'll figure it out. You know, nobody wants that guy. You want to say, hey, man, are you the guy for the guy? Are you the guy for the job? And you walk up and you're like, the champ is here. The champ, baby. The champ is here. We are ready to go, baby. I'm your guy. You know, there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. You know, you can have confidence when you've worked hard and you do have the skills. If somebody came up to me today, it was like, could you build something as an Angular 2+ spa? No doubt in my mind, doesn't matter what the fuck the application is. It doesn't matter, baby. They say, could you build an Angular 2 spa that does this, this, and that? Yes. Angular 2 spa? Build this? Yes. Okay. I've been working in Angular for 2 years. Angular 1 year, Angular 2 another. I got it, baby. It ain't no big deal. Just tell me. Give me the user stories. We're ready to go. Let's go. Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, whoever. We are ready to go. You know, but you gotta have the skills to back it up, right? So when you're going into those interviews and you're thinking you're a junior dev, you're thinking you're not quite ready, have that confidence, because it's easy to pick up, right? It's easy to pick up on the guy who is scared. No one wants to scare. We want a team member, son. We want somebody who's on the team. We don't want the bench warmer. There's plenty of bench warmers up in this bitch. We want a team member. We want somebody to say, hey, baby, the bases are loaded. You know what I'm saying? The bases are loaded. Are you about to hit this shit out of the park, or are you going to strike out? All right? We need confidence in here. We need you to be the champ. All right? You know, that's what we need. All right? And you need to have that mentality as a developer. You need to have that shit. Nobody wants to hire the guy like, hey, man, I might strike out. No. Hold up. We're looking for a home run hitter up in here. Are you about to hit a home run? Are you at least going to get a point, a run? No? You're telling me you're about to strike out? I don't need a strikeout artist. There's plenty of strikeout artists on the map. We're over here paying good money for somebody who's about to score up in this bitch. All right? You need to have that mentality. So when you go in an interview and they ask if you can do a job, be confident about it. Be ready. You know what, man? Of course I can do the job. Why do you think I'm here? It's not because I don't like interviewing. I hate interviewing. I'm here because I'm ready for a job. I'm ready to do the damn thing. And I can do the damn thing. All right? That's why you're here. So have confidence. Don't have arrogance. Be ready to back up what you talk. But if you can do the job, don't be afraid to say that you are ready. Oh, man. Confidence has cost me tens of thousands of dollars. I didn't realize how good I was. I'm not the best dev, but I've seen devs come up and not be able to do for loops. I do a for loop. I've solved algorithms at some of the biggest companies at this world. I may not have solved it as fast as they wanted. I may not have solved it in as speed and memory efficient as they wanted. But I've solved them. And I know where I'm at. I'm confident in my abilities. I don't claim to be the best dev, but I claim to be better than the average dev. All right? That I can say confidently. Have the confidence to state unapologetically where you are at and flex on some fools when you have the abilities. You say, you know what? I am better than the average dev. All right. I might not be in the top 1%, but you better fucking believe I'm in the top 10%. And I'm going to fucking flex on those other 90% unapologetically. I fucking worked hard, and you should work. If you're working hard, don't be afraid to say it. Don't be afraid to say, I am ready, baby. I am here, and I'm ready for the job. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared. I'm ready. Send it to me, baby. I'm going to knock this shit out of the park, all right? I don't think it's one of those live streams where we sit down, boys. I don't think it's one of those that you show up and you say, baby, the champ is here. All right. You cancel all hey, be ready. Be ready. You might as well cancel those other interviews because I'm here, baby. You ain't need nobody else because I am the solution. I am ready. All right, son. That's the mentality you need to have. But you can't have that. You can't have that mentality if you're all soft. You ain't putting the work in, you know what I mean? You have to show up. You got to put in the hours, the morning, the nights, all right? You think you could show up and be like, the champ is here? Meanwhile, they ask you to write a for loop on the whiteboard and you go fucking blank brain? That's not how this shit works. You know what happens? You show up, they ask you to do the algorithm, you write 2 fucking solutions on the board, and you say, this one's better than this one, and this is why, all right? You show up and you deliver, all right? That's how you start, that's how you become good. You show them, I am the best, and let me tell you why. I am in the top 10% of devs. I'm in the top 5%. I'm in the top 1%, because every morning I wake up, I study. Every night I come home from work, I study. I delivered pizzas. You're doing whatever you're doing, right? And you're saying, I made $8 an hour. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of being broke. I'm sick of not making money. I put in the work, and I'm confident in my abilities, and I'm confident of the value I can bring to your company. Let me prove it to you. And you know, I prove it to you. I ace those whiteboard interviews. I show up, I have a portfolio, and there's no doubt in your mind that you're ready. And even when you take those L's, you acknowledge it, and you said, you know what? This is just on the path to the W's, okay? So have the confidence in yourself to move forward. How are we doing today, guys? All right. Anyhow, that's the intro today. How y'all doing? We're taking some questions. It's the weekend. It's the weekend. AMA up in this bitch. All right. Whew. I'm so sick of it, though, man. I'm so sick of. I was talking about this at the bar with my coworkers. You know what the fuck? You know what the number one thing is? You know what the number one hate comment I get on my YouTube channel is? And I try not to let it bother me. But I want so bad for all of us to succeed, man. Because I know, look, man, I'm good. Here's the crazy thing is if I never made $1 more, money in my income, I would be set, bro. I got zero debt. I could buy a house today. My car's paid off. I got no credit card debt, no student loans. I'm good. So when people comment on the channel and they say, hey, man, how does this loser guy without a degree, without a degree have a job? Meanwhile, I have a bachelor's I can do. You know why? Because you're not putting the work in, man. You're not going balls deep in the code. All right, you're over here commenting on a YouTube video talking shit to me. I ain't got time to talk shit to nobody because I'm actually doing it. Stop being a fucking hater and go out there and do it. Put the work in. Learn, man. Grind. Grind for one time. You didn't buy a golden ticket. You need to grind. Get good. All right? That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Don't worry about other people. Worry about you. All right? I want us all to succeed. All right? You need to get that Shia LaBeouf mentality. We're just like, just do it. The champ is here. You need to be the champ, son. Be the champ. All right? Whatever it is you want to accomplish, be the champ. You want to be a React developer? Build 20 things in React. Do 20 courses on Udemy. Start a React blog. Start doing articles on LinkedIn. Start going to React meetups. Write a book on React. Guess what? You'll become a React dev. What won't make you a React dev is hating on the other React devs out there that are doing that. That gets you nowhere. Get somewhere. I'm sick of it, dude. I'm sick. I didn't understand Matt. So for those of you who don't know, Matt engineered Truth on YouTube for about 2 years. Him and I are boys, right? We go back 20 years. I've known Matt since the 6th grade. I'm 30 years old. I didn't really understand him 2 years ago. He told me, you know what, man? I want to cut off the people who don't get it. I want to cut off the haters. I want to cut off the people. And to me, I was a little simple-minded. I said, you know what, man? Just get the views because you might change their mentality. You might be able to make them better. You might raise them up. I honestly think he's right. I think the people are too far gone now. I want us all to be better. I don't know if it's possible. I want you who wants to be like, hey, I want to be a developer. Do you? Do you really? Because last I checked, I've been telling you for months, if not years, how to do it. Are you putting in the work? Huh? I have a job. I've had a job for over 2 years now. Can you, hey, put it this way. If I'm working harder than you and I have a job, you better believe you ain't going to get a job if you're not a dev yet and you're not working as hard as me. That's the craziest thing. Get it together, guys. All right. Oh, man. Oh, man. April's going to come in here telling me calm fuck down. I don't lose my voice, dude. I just can't take it anymore, man. I can't. I really can't. I'm disappointed with y'all. Not all of you. The people are here who are listening, good for you. But there's a solid 5% of the audience who likes to bitch, say life ain't fair. Guess what? Life will never be fair. It doesn't matter if you're a white Caucasian male. It doesn't matter if you're overweight, skinny, beautiful. Life will never be fair. And the same goes for software development. Sometimes you got to put in the work. And you know what? Sometimes you got to work harder than the average person. I have this analogy when it comes to development, especially if you're a self-taught developer. You know, so I've talked a lot about the HR firewall. Visualize the HR firewall right now. Now, there's a wall, and if you have a degree, sometimes you get to open the door and go right through. Sometimes you do. And when you're self-taught dev, you gotta lift weights, and you gotta hop that wall, and you get over the other side, and you're swole and ready to go, baby. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. It ain't meant to be fair. Life isn't fair. Get out of this mentality of life isn't fair, because instead of worrying about shit not being fair and shit being hard work, why don't you instead just work hard? Because by the time you're done working hard, you'll be where you want to be. All right? So I'm not saying life is fair. I'm agreeing life isn't. But instead of complaining, instead of moving forward and saying it ain't fair, you need to reevaluate. Life isn't going to get fair. It's never going to get fair. So instead of wasting your breath, your effort, your energy, your tears, your blood, your sweat, grind. Grind to the next level you want to become. Get better. Evolve. Your goals, your dreams, the things that you want to accomplish, the standards you want to set for your loved ones, for your children, whatever it is. Mature. Become that person. It's so unbelievably true. And what you don't do is go ahead and make excuses, man. By the way, thank you to DL Jones. DL Jones donated $2. I appreciate that, man. It's rough, man. I talk with people all the time, man, and I really do, man. Here's the thing, man. I've been slept on floors. I've slept on couches. I've had my mom bring me groceries. I've been unemployed and only had, the love of my life, April, taking care of us. There we go. Like, you think this shit's easy? Like, I just finished my algorithm course. It's the 100 algorithm course challenge. All right? The 100 course algorithm challenge. There's 100 things for you to do. All right? You know how long that took me? 3 months, every day before work, every day after work, and on the weekends. You think it was easy? You think I wanted to do it? Or did you think I wanted to get better? I wanted to accomplish the goals and dreams that I've set. All right? I had to give things up. April understands to a degree. She doesn't fully understand. I have to explain to her why I can't spend time with her. You know how hard that is to tell the person you love, the person you respect more than anybody else, you know what, baby? I don't have the time for you right now. Because I have to do what I need to do. I have to do what I want to accomplish. I have to make sacrifices. Make sacrifices, guys. You know? When's the course coming out? It's coming out as soon as Udemy sends me approves my content. You have to submit your content for review. So they're sending me a thumbnail and reviewing all that sort of bullshit. So pretty soon, I'm done recording. I'm done filming. I've submitted it and we're waiting on it. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all. I really do, but there's a good 5 to 10% of you that need to take some fucking responsibility. All right. Man. Any suggestions on an Angular course on Udemy? Yes. So in the description, I have a link to Maximilian. To Traversy Media's Angular course. It's about 8 hours long. It covers all the fundamentals of Angular. I think it's an excellent course. So I would highly suggest purchasing that. You can help me out with a little bit of affiliate money. Hey, that never hurts. I appreciate it. And check it out. By the way, I want to thank our boys at entrepreneur.com who sent me a shirt. I appreciate free shit. Traversy Media's course is good. Maximilian's course is great as well. I should probably add that in the description as well. But they're the two best courses on it. The only reason I wouldn't necessarily Maximilian's is a more in-depth course when it comes to Angular. The only reason I wouldn't recommend it is I don't think you need everything from the course. It is so in depth that it's almost a travesty, if that makes sense. While Traversy goes over all the points that the 90% that you're going to use on a daily basis. So would you? Would you be adding buttons to your merch store, or would you be fine if I pay you to use that, bro? Do you even code label to make button mode? I can make a button for you. Don't worry about it. I'll make it tomorrow. How do you go from pizza boy to coder? I work a clerk job 40 hours a week. All I want to do is get a job and build a startup, but I'm frustrated and procrastinate 6 months in. You don't take it serious, Darius. You don't take it serious. When I dropped out of college and I was doing Codecademy tutorials, free Codecademy tutorials, you know what I did? Every morning I woke up, I spent about an hour coding. And when I got home off work, I spent 3 to 4 hours. On the weekends, spent 8 to 12, man. I really did. I know a lot of you guys think I'm bullshitting. And yeah, that's fine. The people will understand I'm bullshit. But if you don't see it, I have 800 videos on YouTube. You know why? Because I eliminated distractions and I worked hard. And I wanted it. You have to just understand, you have to decide what it is that you want. Do you want to instead go out with the boys? Do you instead want to, hit the bong, whatever it is? You have to decide that. You have to understand what it takes to become. What it takes to become the person you want to become. Matthew McConaughey was very accurate about, who his hero is. I don't know if you ever saw that speech, but it's a very inspirational thing where he talks about his heroes who he wants to become 10 years from now. And let me tell you right now, I have worked every day for about 3.5 years for me. And it has taken me places I never thought I would become because I'm working towards becoming that person I want to be several years from now. Most people will never work a day in their lives for themselves. They'll work for their employers, but they'll never work for themselves. Work for yourself to accomplish what you want to get and mature a little bit. Understand that you have to put some things off. Procrastinate. What are you procrastinating for? So you can play League of Legends? So you can have a beer? You know? So that you can watch TV? Get rid of the distractions and get your life together, man. So, how do you deal with the internal battle in your head when you code? The voice that said you're dumb and won't get this. I just put in the work, man. It's crazy. So at some point you get it. I slam my head against the wall. I grind, and then finally I get it. And you see me. If you watch my live stream, I started a new series where I'm doing live coding. You saw me. I quite literally said I'm gonna put my hands on this keyboard if it doesn't start getting some shit right. You know, it's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to feel dumb. The thing about taking L's is on the path to getting the W's. All right. So you have to understand it's part of the process. Grinding is the process of losing until you win. All right. That's what grinding is. And you need to remember that. It is. I'm going to say it one more time for some of you who may not have thought that this was as profound as it was. Grinding is the process of losing until you win. Have that mentality. Get it together. Did I get your message, James? Yeah, man. I know, James. We gotta set up our interview time, man. I've been tomorrow, James. I'm going to watch Jurassic Park with my lady tomorrow morning, and we'll get that interview together, man. 600 days straight on GitHub. Good for you. Got to grind to code fine. Thank you, Russ. Russ donated $10. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I think the problem is that there are many resources out there that newbies get overwhelmed. It's hard to decide what to start. Free code camp or Udemy course. That's fine. The problem is that there's not so many resources. It's that there's so many resources that you think that there's one perfect one and you never get started. Right? Just choose something. If you spend your time, you may not spend it the most efficiently, but at least you're spending it in the right direction, man. So don't worry about the resources. You're never going to have the perfect answer, man. You just got to keep moving forward. Don't stagnate. Oh, man. I'm losing my voice, guys. I was talking like this with my boss and the director earlier, man. I got hyped. I don't know how it happened, but I did. Look, this is a weekend AMA, son. This shit stays up. The live streams stay up. Don't worry about it. What's the shipping time on your merch? So my merch goes straight through Teespring. Let's see, Teespring shipping time. Let's see here. 9 to 12 business days is what Teespring says here for US bound orders. So pretty quick, not like 2-day Amazon delivery, but within 2 weeks, 9 to 12 days. It is exhausting doing these AMAs, man. It is. But here's the thing. When you grind, you are used to being exhausted because you're working hard, man. It doesn't even faze me. You think I want to wake up every morning at 6 a.m.? No, I don't. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You think I want to wake up every morning at 6 a.m. to do this shit? You think I wanted to go to the Malwarebytes opening office invite? Do you think I wanted to do that? I might have wanted to do that. I don't lie. That sounded like fun, right? But I was tired. I went to work. I kind of didn't want to go to it at the time. You know what? I went because it was a good learning experience. There was value to be had. I had to put work in. I had to put smile on a Wednesday. Hey, you know how everyone doing? Yeah, let me talk to you. You go because it's good for you. What are you on about, baby? Oh, man. How do you learn to love code? Why don't people use Yarn anymore? I think they mainly use Webpack. Other people use NPM to install packages, and then they manage them with Webpack and compilation. Yeah, look, man, progressing your life is like going to the gym in many ways, where you may kind of like going to the gym, but for the most part, most people don't, but they go anyhow because they know it's good for them. They know what happens if they don't. Right? I like coding. I love coding. I code more out of work than probably 95 or 99% of the population. I have a passion project, 800 videos. I go to meetups. I build courses. But if I were to sit here and tell you that I love doing it every single day, I think it would be a lie. I enjoy it, but there are days that I don't want to do it. How do I feel about AWS certs? I could tell you that from talking with directors of engineering, they're having a real hard time finding DevOps people, man. PB, I got offered a junior dev job recently. I just started learning. I'm scared to take it because sorry, the stuff I wasn't even looking for a job yet. Accept it. Do not make the mistake of accepting a job, not accepting a job before you think you are ready. Accept it immediately. Put in the work outside of work, before work, at work to get ready. All right. What's DevOps? DevOps is the niche in software development where your job is, so when you write code, it goes to multiple environments. There's a developer. This is typical. There's a developer environment. There's a test environment. There's a quality assurance environment. There's a staging environment, and there's a production environment. So usually there's about 4 to 5 environments. And DevOps is saying, hey, we're going to push the code to all these environments and it's going to work. And there's a couple of, it's a little bit more complex than that. It's about managing the repos. It's about, hey, when we merge a branch, do all the tests pass? If they do, great, merge it on. Continue sending it from repo, from environment to environment to environment. So DevOps is the ability to release code and manage code. That's really it. And they're having a hard time finding people for it because it's a fairly new niche in software development. Oh man. All right, boys. Used up all my energy on my rant. I didn't think I was going to come on here and rant like that. Ugh. I need to be the hype man in rap videos. I'm not gonna have any voice tomorrow. Do I like the weather in Florida? Not particularly. I like it better than California. Masters in comp sci any good if I don't know how to code? You'd be better off learning how to code. How do I feel about people pursuing goals in both programming and something else at the same time? I don't think there's any problem with that. I'm not one of those people that say, "Hey, you have to have only one passion in life." I think it's great to have multiple passions. I just think you have to understand what it takes to be a good developer. How can I rant with that? Like no caffeine? I don't tell you, man. Well, I like it better than Cali. Well, I guess it's the whole package, right? So cheaper living, cheaper rent, no state tax, lower traffic. And California's just hot and dry. It's really miserable. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. You know what really grinds my gears? Anyone at work you don't like or get prepared with to get the job done? I would say there's one or two people. I get along with pretty much everybody, man. I've been of the mentality of that if someone has a problem with me, it's probably not with me. It's probably more so, it's more so that there's something in their life where they're projecting it at me, and I understand that. So there are people I don't necessarily vibe with. I wouldn't hang out with outside of work. I wouldn't have conversations with that are kind of strange dudes. But like when you work in software, there's a lot of strange dudes. That's the thing, man. There's a lot of very strange dudes in software development, right? And, you kind of expect it. But the thing is to always be respectful, always be professional, and to always try and understand when they're not. Because it does you no good to blow up when they blow up on you. What part of California was in? Southern California, mainly Los Angeles, the beach cities like Redondo, Santa Monica, Hermosa, Torrance. Where would your ideal place to work at be? It'd be at one of sort of the big four tech companies, a Google, a Microsoft, Amazon, or Facebook. And the reason for that is not really a selfish reason, although I can't say it's not. If I was able to work at a big four sort of company like that, I think I could motivate so many of you. I really could. If I were to start here and be like, look, here's this guy who put in the time, the energy, the effort. He said, you know what? I'm going to take the untraditional path because that's what's best for me. And I'm going to deliver pizzas and I'm going to study. And I'm working at one of these companies, a Google, a Facebook, an Amazon, a Microsoft. How many of you would be like, you know what? I can do it too. That's why that would be my ideal workplace. Would I benefit from it? Absolutely. I'd be clickbaiting the shit. Every video I would have would be ex Microsoft employee, ex Google employee, or current Google employee, current Microsoft employee, and go from there. What city or state? If San Francisco paid enough, I'd go there. But Seattle and Portland would probably be the ideal locations for me. But I mean, honestly, how many of you, if I, and I work at a legit company, like you guys may not be familiar with my company, that's fine. I wasn't familiar with it till I started, but my company did $1 billion in sales, and I'm over here building apps for them on a regular basis, building a whole ton of shit. So, but most people, unless you work for a name brand software company, like one of 4 companies, truly, it's the Microsofts, the Facebooks, the Googles, the Amazons. It's like, well, this guy doesn't, maybe this guy knows what he's talking about. But automatically, if I work at those companies, I know what I'm talking about. And how motivated would you be? It seems like you code outside of work more than other developers. Why don't most developers do that? Some developers do, but most developers, they get content. Most developers, they don't see the world as I see it. They don't see that you don't always have to work for somebody else. You can work for yourself. Most developers are happy with what they have. They're not hungry anymore. I'm hungry. And this goes a little bit about being a self-taught developer. So like, you ever see those buff ass short dudes? Like those short dudes are like 5'4". They're 5'4", and they're like yoked, right? They're rocking around with like 4% body fat. And they got nothing but muscle, and it's because they got like a Napoleon syndrome sort of thing going on where they need to be like yoked. They're like, look, man, I hate these tall guys taking all the women. I'm gonna be that buff ass short guy. That's how it is when you come to software developers, where you sort of have a chip on your shoulder to a degree about being self-taught because you've been sort of beaten down for like 30 years about not having a CS degree, right? And not having a college degree. And you sort of have this chip on your shoulder where you're like, I'm better and I'm going to prove it. And you go and you get better. And so you're that buff short dude of the software development world. That's really it. But most devs are content. That's really all it is they're happy with the position they're in, and they'll, until they're not going to worry about that sort of stuff. Do I think AI will kill web dev? No. I think that's a silly question. Darius Thurman says, I want to lose 100 pounds, get real money by 30 and start a family. I'm afraid of coding for years because I didn't start now. I don't have a choice. 24 with a worthless MBA. So that's the thing, man, is you have a master's degree and you can't do anything with it. That's so strange and confusing to me. I wish you the best of luck, Darius, man. The advice I can give to you is every day, take a step forward towards your goal that you're trying to accomplish. Code every day until you have a job. I mean this. Every single day. No excuses. I don't care if you have the flu, you throw on a fucking podcast in the background. I don't care if your girlfriend breaks up with you, you watch a video on YouTube. You code every day until you have a job. And you get a job. That's the truth of the matter. Thank you so much. So you guys have donated a total of $23 tonight. I appreciate that. You're helping me buy a house. I'm trying to be the responsible person, saves up money to buy a house. I appreciate that, man. Buff short dudes have personal training 3 to 4 times a week. What's the equivalent for a coder? That's not necessarily true. But the equivalent for a coder to a personal trainer would be a mentor. It would be going to the gym, which would be essentially grinding it out, growing, maturing. It would be hiring a tutor for those subjects. I've been a developer. Here, let this sink in. Let this sink in. I've hired other developers to tutor me for $50 an hour in frameworks that I'm not familiar with so that we can get up and going. As a employed developer for passion projects. That's the equivalent. Okay. But yes, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate the love, man. Is it okay if my motivation for learning code is build my own projects? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's okay. That's probably the best way, to be honest. Falling a love of something. Saw you dabbling in React yesterday. How's that going? I was ready to smash my head on this keyboard yesterday. I'm just learning the ins and outs. Probably this weekend I'll watch some videos on React and fill in some of those gaps. It's fun though. I'm building a portfolio project. But yeah, it was it's something new, right? I haven't touched React in over a year. I was I don't know if any of you guys watched the live stream yesterday. I was angry. Like, you may have seen me passionate in this live stream, but yesterday I was in the like live coding live stream. I was angry and frustrated, man. It's all right. That was part of learning. It's part of grinding. I didn't give up. Kept on moving forward. I was definitely angry and frustrated though. Nice to see the tables turn. Yeah, I'm diving into something new. I don't really have anything left to learn with Angular. That's the truth of the matter, and I want to learn something new. I don't mind showing you that I'm a little frustrated. Oh man. How you set up your green room? You see that? I painted that wall. That's all that's going on there. I painted a wall with a specific green paint that I googled, like what would be a good green screen paint in the background. That's what I painted. That's it, man. That's the secret. I have not heard about Digital Cross Bootcamp. Sorry, man. Have you been looking to get a React job, or are you just looking to build a project? A couple things. I'd like to have the latest skill sets. If a good opportunity comes by, and it seems like a lot of opportunities are in React, so hey, why not learn it? I also just want to build something, man. I have a YouTube site, but I want to build a dev portfolio site, so I wanted to do that. That's weird. I've seen you build free code camp React projects with these. Is that because they're mostly beginner projects? That's part of it, but I haven't. Here's the thing, man. I built those React projects a year ago. I haven't touched React since then, so I'm essentially relearning some things. So, you think C#.NET path is a good way to go? I think it's an excellent way to go. I think there's a lot of good money in it. You're going to work for a lot of enterprise corporations. Damn, Bitco with $10 says failure is not an option. That's right, son. You need to have that mentality. Thank you so much, Bitco. Failure is not an option. And when you put in the work, it's not going to be an option, all right? You're going to be grinding, taking all those L's, as I said. Just a reminder, grinding is the process of taking L's until you get that W. So when you have that mentality, failure is not an option. It's just part of the path. Yes, you only fail if you quit. Thank you so much, Bitcode. I appreciate that, man. Should I be a system admin or web developer? You should be whatever you want to be, man. You need to have the passion. The passion's more important than the skill set. How did they feel about the wall being painted? I gave them a $200 deposit. They can figure it out. I'm not too worried about it, son. Have a good one, Greg. I finished the free code and responsive design project, so I don't feel ready to move on to the JavaScript section. I feel like I need to create more projects before moving on opinions. I think it's okay for you to move on to the JavaScript stuff. I also think it's okay for you to start a side project outside of it, such as a personal portfolio, and work through it. So you can do two things at once, guys. There's no problem with that. And you're going to be working in the JavaScript section. You're going to be working in the JavaScript section that is going to use some of those same skills. So I think it's excellent. Why do people say you need deeper knowledge of JavaScript to learn React? React tries to incorporate a lot of the standard DOM manipulation and aspects of it. So, like for instance, Angular would use something like ng4 to repeat a loop. React would use something like filter or map. So those are some of the aspects, as well as DOM manipulation in a traditional sense. So I think that's sort of where they're going with that. Will system admin skills cross over at all? If you go into DevOps, they will. That's for sure. Just graduated from web dev bootcamp. Do you recommend I take the first job offer I get? Yes. I think what's most important is for you getting years of experience, continuing to grow outside of work, and maturing from there. That's what I think is important. And as you continue to grow, feel free to jump ship 6 months into a new job where you're going to potentially have a better opportunity. But yes, take the first job you're offered and start getting those years of experience. Has the Google logo always been on your video? No, that's because I'm using Google Hangouts for these web live streams, web AMAs. That's all. No, I haven't, Justin. I will in a future video, though. I already recorded it. Have I learned more at work than in my personal projects? That's a very interesting thing. Question. I would say the average person would learn more at work, but I personally have learned more at my personal projects. That's mainly because I've forced myself and I've grinded and I've continued to say, I want to get better. I want to continue to learn. I want to expose myself to things. Hey, I get nervous to pair program senior devs at my job. Does that go away with time, or am I emotionally and psychologically stunted? I'm going to guess it's a little bit of imposter syndrome. I think pair programming is fine, and what you need to look at it as is a learning experience with a peer. Pair programming is one of those things where you're supposed to be learning and they're supposed to be learning. You'd be surprised what you could teach a senior dev of 10 years. So relax, embrace it, and continue to grow and learn. Thanks, I appreciate the content you do. Thank you, man. Have you thought about venturing other languages like Chris Hawks? Seems like he bounces back and forth between different languages. I definitely could. It's just a matter of where I want to put my time. Right now, it's definitely in the front end. How do you feel about Team Treehouse? People say they learned to code in 3 months. It's all relative, man. Some people yes, some people no. I think it's kind of hard to read between the lines. How do you retain all the stuff? So what you end up retaining is concepts and the ability to learn by reference, right? So as you continue to grow and develop as a dev, you don't necessarily memorize things. I think a lot of people think you memorize a whole bunch of shit. You don't. What you memorize is that what you do is you learn by reference. So if I say, hey, I think I could filter an array value, that might be too generic of a thing. But I think there's something in React where I can manipulate the state. And then you go look that up after a year. And then you start learning that again. And what you do is you gain the skills to find the answers and to build the tools, right? So like I always compare it to like being able to build a house. Like in your brain, you have hammers and you have nails and a shovel and like everything else you would need. You don't necessarily know how to build a house, but you have the ability to go and read blueprints. And that's how you need to think about, when you learn to code is you're getting more in depth in what to expect when you get more in depth about what those blueprints might look like regardless. So like I'm an Angular developer by trade, but I can answer questions about React with having very little programming experience in it because I understand what MVC architecture looks like and I understand what the purpose of components are. Um, um, do you think employers value applicants that spend every waking minute coding or that have other hobbies as well as that are well-rounded? I don't know, man. I think they probably value developers who are like me, who sort of grind into it every week because they understand that they're getting their money's worth. But I think I don't think the average employee is like that, so it's unrealistic expectation. All right, guys. We got some food. I'm pretty hungry. I'm kind of losing my voice. I appreciate you all, and I'll leave you with this, man. Joe Rogan would say, "Be the hero of your own story." Level up. Whatever it is you want to accomplish, work to accomplish it. Don't make excuses. Don't blame anybody else. Don't complain that life is unfair. Life will always be unfair. It's unfortunate. I wish I could tell you it's going to change. It's not, man. No matter how hard we try, it's not. Life will always be unfair. You're going to need to work hard. You need to overcome whatever it is that you think is your problem. It's your problem, right? It's your problem. No one's going to fix it for you. I wish you all the best of luck. But luck isn't going to get you to the finish line. What's going to get you to the finish line is hard work, personal responsibility, the understanding that you have to postpone the immediate for the eventual, for down the road. I love you all very much because most of you people are here today. You're trying to improve. You're trying to get to that next level. You're trying to grind. All you have to do is make sure you do it every day and you'll get there. All right. Don't just try. Don't be words. Be actions. Okay. So with that, I hope tomorrow when you wake up, You take action to accomplish what you're trying to do. I know I will. I know what I'm doing. I take action every day. Take action, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.